So good morning, everyone. Let me introduce myself. I'm Maria Perifano. I'm an Italian language teacher and technology enhanced learning expert, project manager, and a senior researcher at the Smart and Mobile Interactive Lab at the University of Macedonia in Thessaloniki, that is located in the northern part of Greece. I'm also an adjunct professor at the Hellenic Open University in TESOL master program teaching topics related to COL, and I am also a teacher's trainer, and I really love it. And today we are going to see and to discuss about OERs in language education, so open resources, open educational resources, from the feedback that I got from previous webinars. Our teachers don't know many things about open educational resources, and they don't know also mostly how to create and share their own materials. But it's really important for us as language teachers to be able to find good material, reviewed material, so we can save time because it is good to be able to know where we can find good material. And of course, we can share also our material. As I said, we have discussed a little bit about that also on Monday. I said that in Greece, we have repositories where people also were teachers, language teachers, but also teachers from school from other subjects share their lesson plans, activities that they organize and all that. So it is very good and very useful. They are very good repositories. But we are discussing now about national, let's say, activities. But I don't know what you are also, if you are using these kind of repositories, or if you are contributing also in a repository provided by your country. I don't know. If you want, we can also, share your experience if you are using. I have sent you here one moment to see what we have. We will have. I will go to the workshops outline to discuss a little bit what we are going to do. I will a little bit do an introduction to what is open educational resource and an open educational resource, how to search, use, reuse, create, and share. In this case, we will see most of it, how in our session today, how to search and how you can use and reuse. But tomorrow we will show you with Mikhail how you can share, how you can create, because we will create OER tomorrow, and we will share them also in a very well-known repository. So we will cover I will cover today mostly the first part, but there's so many things I will share with you. It is good to go back and check also the slides and see all this information, because it's full of information about repositories, how to do it, how to search, where to search, and all that. And we will also work on. We will see also about attribution generators, but this will be also only theoretical, because we will do this tomorrow in practice. Today we will have some hands-on activities, but they relate mostly to the first part, to the search, use, to how you can search and find, because it is really important to see where to find, what ways to find open educational resources. So that means resources that are licensed. So here I have also asked you for some feedback. Let me see here. This was the form, and let's see here. One moment, I have it open. I think one moment to see the responses. I have the bar here. Okay. I think here we are, from theory to practice. Let's see. If you want, also you can provide your feedback later. Where are you working? Because I just wanted what I got also from I just want usually to see if people have an idea about open educational resources. Do you use it in teaching practice? We are not so many. We don't have so many replies, but I guess, but again, it's something that can give us some information. Name the repositories that you use. Okay, breakingnewenglish.com, Oer Commons. Okay. Not, you haven't participated in training programs before, most of you. So let's say 2 and 1. Yes. How many hours? 1 to 10. Indicate which of the following activities you can do. Okay. If you can use it, if you can search, if you can reuse. Okay. In what areas of open educational resources training would be interested? So most evaluating, modifying, creating, attribution, and practices. Okay. If you have an OER training experience, please explain here, describe, not. So, okay. Now, so after this, you will have the possibility to to reply yes of a training experience with open educational resources. Very nice. So let's start. So with the advent of new technologies, we have the possibility to find and use and reuse openly accessible educational content, share our consent with everyone on the web. So during the last, let's say, years, several universities and language institutions worldwide have embraced generously open education initiatives, offering a continuously bigger number of open educational resources, bringing in this way a turning point in the area of language education, but also in other fields. So what does it mean open? So when we hear and we hear open, we have in mind that it means that we can what? Anyone can freely access, use, modify, and share for any purpose, subject at most to requirements that preserve provenance and openness. So this is what the open definition or organization really offers this definition. But what exactly do we mean by open educational resources? And as you see here, I really liked also this definition by Hewlett Foundation. Open educational resources are educational materials of any time, medium that reside in the public domain or have been released under an open license that permits their free use and repurposing by others. So that means that we have no fee, no subscriptions, no tuition, no registration, no cost for the user of the resource. This is what it was basically the first and the definition that we all have for the open educational resources. But what we also need to have in mind is that all these resources, as it says here, they have been released under an open license, meaning that this license describes to us what we can do with this resource. So Creative Commons, as you see here, probably you have seen this symbol, the CC, it means Creative Commons. Those are free licenses that creators use to tell people how their material can be used, and this creates a pool of material that can be shared and reused legally, which is in turn enables a culture of sharing, and this is the whole idea. So we just create a material, an educational material, we just select a license that can describe what we, let's say, allow other people to do with this resource or not, and this is what we call open educational resource. So one initiative, you see, this is not even though we are still discussing about open educational resource, and not so many people and not so many teachers nowadays working with open educational resources, this is an old initiative. It started years ago. Here we see this is a project that's the Oer app, the policies for OER uptake. It is very interesting to see and to check. It is presented in Wikipedia, where you can see what are the policies, the OER policies in different European countries. So it's really interesting, and what we know and what it is complicated continues to be a little bit complicated. It is that the policies are different in each country, so we don't have horizontal. One moment, let me give it to you here. I have this open. They're not horizontal policies, so that means that in the European Union, you will find different policies in each country, but worldwide, it's also the same thing. So it means that generally there are not common policies worldwide. That means that I'm going here. That means that when you are searching, for example, in a repository, you can see different formats, different ways to search for open educational resources. The forms, the types of materials are different. The way of attribution is also, okay, more or less the CC license, they give us a way to communicate and to speak the common language. But you will see that the standards that we say are different from place to place. Even you will see in many repositories that you can select some standards that are evaluation standards, for example, that are different. So what do we mean as a good resource or not? So this is something to, I think that the European Union is working to that direction to provide horizontal policies for all European countries, and I hope we see it. And this will really make our life really easier. So what teachers can do with an OER? Teachers can bring OERs to life. This is what we really want to do. Open educational resources are innovative, not just because they are free, but because of what I said before. Teachers can take a resource, so a scenario, for example, learning a nice lesson, for example, lesson plan adapted to their students' needs, and creatively adapt and bring them live and give it back to other colleagues as well, bringing also back the experience. And from open educational resource, then this will become an open educational practice. And this is a wonderful thing, because when we have a community for open educational resources, this community becomes a wonderful community of open educational practices with all this sharing of experiences. So here we have, as we see, the fine arts. This is how they are called by David Willey, published in his blog. You can have here also more information if you want to check it. So he discussed about the 5 R's. So what teachers can do, they can retain. So it means that they have the right to make, own, and control copies of the content. They can reuse. They have the right to use the content in a wide range of ways. So in class, in a study group, on a website. They can revise. They have the right to adapt, adjust, modify, or alter the content itself, translate the content into another language, for example. They can remix. This is also really nice. They have the right to combine the original or revised content with other material to create something new. So this is really, creative. it's a creative way to work with open educational resources. And of course, they can redistribute. They have the right to share copies of the original content, revisions, remixes with others, and give a copy of the content, for example, to a friend. So many things that we can do with open educational resources. And this is why we like them so much. And if you start working with open educational resources, then you will really like to continue in this way. So one moment here. Okay, so what are the benefits? As we said before, we can see different benefits. First of all, I discussed before about the time. We can save time for sure. But here we can see also financial and pedagogical benefits, improve students' performance and satisfaction, because as we know, students always need something, a creative and motivating material to work with. They like a lot, for example, multimedia. This is what I said with my students as well. They really like to work when they see a film, and where we can work with a film, for example, and I just, how can I say, embed also activities in the different, let's say, parts of the movie, and we're working with all this. They really love all these things. I believe they like creativity and different materials, and not to repeat the same things again and again. Increasing access to educational materials for a wide range of learners, including those underserved by traditional educational opportunities. So this is also very important. Giving instructors the flexibility to customize materials specifically for their students' needs. Yes, this is important, that we can build upon. So we will need to see in the license that we can have a derivative, so we can build upon a resource. Encourage educators to engage in critical reflection of educational resources, of course, and help students, districts, and educational institutions save money, of course, because it's not only time, but it's also money. We discuss about, many hours of creating, for example, how much money and time do we need to create a good video. This is really important. So, of course, it is also important to have in mind that we also teach our students how to use open educational resources. It's not only from us, so we get this information, but also it is important to pass this information also to our students, because they are working with material. We ask them all the time to create their own projects, for example, their digital portfolios with different activities during a semester or at school during the whole year. So it's good to show them where they can find what this material and how they can work with this, and exchange experiences. So we will see now what are all these licenses that I'm referring to. Open licenses such as Creative License, they have this CC, as I said before, and clearly state how the author wants to use their materials, and give you the right to freely copy, modify, adapt, and build upon those materials for your desired use. So you will see these different, let's say, symbols, and each symbol gives you the possibility to understand, to have this, let's say, the discussion, interaction with the author. So we will see one by one what does it mean, but these we will see what each one means, and then you can understand the combination, because as soon as you know the 4 symbols, then you can understand the combination. I'm going here, so we will see what Creative Commons has established. This is what is this? The some rights reserved model. This is a model which values innovation and protection equally. So CC licenses change the traditional mandatory rights assertion into a voluntary optional rights approach. So let's see those 4 key license elements, because as I said before, the combinations are what we usually get in the end. So if you see this symbol with the person, okay, so it is the attributor. So it means that attribution, you let others can copy, distribute, perform, and remix your work if they credit your name as specified by you. So if you put this symbol, it means that the other people who are going to use your work, they need to specify and to credit your name. If you see the other symbol with the circle with the two lines, as we see here, it means no derivatives. So what you do is that you let others copy, distribute, display, and perform only original copies of your work. If they want to modify your work, they must get your permission first. It means that they cannot build upon, they cannot build and modify your work, and this is important because it's a restriction. So if we have more, let's say icons, those symbols, more icons we have, it means more restrictions we have. Then when you see the other, the third icon, it means that share alike. It means that you let others copy, distribute, display, perform, and modify your work as long as they distribute any modified work on the same terms. If they want to distribute modified works under other terms, they must get your permission first. So if you have used an open license, very free license, they need to share this in the same, to use the same license. So we will see also combinations. For example, you might be able to work with and modify a work, but if you put this symbol, it means that again, when you will share this work with others, you will need to share it with the same license. So it should be open and it can be shared alike and with no restriction to be modified. The last one, it's important, again, it's important to see that and to understand what is the meaning of that. So it means no commercial, you let others copy, distribute, display, perform, and unless you have chosen no derivatives, modify and use your work for any purpose other than commercially, unless they get your permission first. So if you create, for example, a number of activities or videos or whatever, and you share them online as educational, open educational resource, you don't want, I wouldn't want, but it's my opinion, of course. I wouldn't like other people to take this and say and gain and have money from my work. This is something that I don't like. But again, if it is something that it is not, I feel that it is, I give something and I really like people to modify, to change it, to build upon, and why not to use it in a book and then have money from that, I don't mind. It depends on the work that you share. So every time you have a different opinion about what you want from others to do with your work. So it depends on the work that you are sharing every time. So you will see many infographics on the internet, and some of them are really interesting, and I will show you a few of them, and very interesting also for teachers. So I try to, let's say, to find few that they just present the combinations. And as you see here, we have different combinations, and as I said before, if you see many icons, it means that you have many symbols, it means that a combination with many icons, it means that we have more restrictions. But here we can see the first one, for example, as you see, it has the less restrictions, while the last one, the sixth one in the row, you can see that it has many more. So here in this infographic, they give you the possibility to understand how can I say, how free you are to use these licenses. So one of them, let's say the first one, it says here public domain. There are some licenses. You can see there is this symbol, this license, the public domain license. That means that you can use a resource and you don't need to mention any author, and you can do anything with this resource. You can see also license that I think that in this infographic it is not presented. It's the C0. That again, it's the same thing. It means that there are zero obligations, restrictions. It means you can do anything with this. So for me, for example, I do it a lot. I try to use this kind of pictures, for example, in all these slides that that I'm sharing with you. I usually use this kind of open images with totally open licenses. So you're free in this first category. When you see the symbol of the author and then the share alike, it means that you're free to use, copy, edit, mix, keep, share, republish, and sell. So even for commercial reasons, you can use them. So we have the least limitations. That is what is happening with the first 3 licenses. Then again, you will see in the second, let's say, group of licenses here, that you need to refer to the author, but you cannot. It's not commercial. You cannot gain money from this. So you can use it. You can refer to the author, but you cannot. You can build upon. You can do whatever you like, as you say here: copy, edit, mix, share, republish, but not for profit. So you can use it in your school for your lessons, of course. And there is also this possibility that you can share alike. So if you have also this symbol with the share alike, it means that when you will republish it, you need to keep the same license. And then the last group, you are free to use, copy, keep, share, and sell. But as you see here, you cannot have derivatives. So I'm just taking this, I can use it in the first part, even for commercial reasons, as I see here. But I cannot build upon, I cannot change it. And then again, if I don't want anyone, I don't know, the last one, I think it's not, in fact, it's not such, it's not a really open educational resource. If you cannot do anything with this, okay, you need to refer to the author. You cannot have money for that. You have to share alike. You can have no derivatives. So it's a little bit more restrictive, as I said. I continue. I'm just showing you others that are really nice. You can also explore them after. I will upload my slides so you can have a look and you can explore better all these infographics. So as you see here, there are many. You can see, you can check, for example, if you understand. For here, there are some questions. Can someone use my work to make money? Yes. Can someone change my work? Yes. So with this way, you can understand better what each of these licenses show. So it's a way to understand and to make clear what we can do. Also, another one is this one that I think is also very nice. Because it gives also more details, so it can give this list with what you can do. I also like this one. And this one, it's also interesting. It's about presenting Creative Commons to teachers. So this is also something I think I have also shared this with my students. So you give them also this infographic to have it in order to, which ones can't we use? Let me see, Miranda. Which ones can we use in our lessons or presentations for work? You cannot use, in fact, you can use all of them. What you cannot do is just to, because if you are in your lesson, if you are using them for your lessons, it's not for commercial reasons. But if you are, for example, you want to create, I don't know, you have an event, for example, even for your school, you have an event and you want to publicize it and all that, you cannot, for example, event in which people will have to pay to come. So something like this, you will have some profit. So in that case, for example, you cannot use the one with the one that says here, non-commercial. So this one, but if it is in your work and your lessons, I think the only thing that you cannot, you need to check is not, is to understand that when they say non-derivatives, for example, if you want to take a picture, for example, and it says that you can use it unless you don't change it. And if you see the author, you need also to provide also this information, who has created this resource. So if you see here you can see also the Creative Commons 0 and the public domain. Those in this part that you can see they're totally free options. But in the other options, as you see, you always need to refer to the author. But then you have to check also the other restrictions as well. But if you're not working in a company where you are working and you're, I don't know, you are working on advertisements or whatever, and you don't sell this information and your presentation and your work for profit. So it means that in your classroom, you can use all of them, in fact, but you have to check if you can change them and reshare them. So this is why we have the symbols to make it more, let's say, to make our life more easy. But you usually take all these. The first two, for example, are really are good yes, the first two, I think they are nice, and the last two here, the public domain and Creative Commons 0, you can work and do. I mean, you can work and change. And the fourth one, you can change it as well. I'm following, let's see here, I'm going to the next one, because now we are going to try something here to see if we remember anything. So I have prepared 2 polls. Let's see. I have 3 questions in my first poll and 3 questions to my second poll. Those are questions to see if we remember anything from what I have said now, and we will see then and we will discuss on the questions and the responses. So I'm just launching the poll, and if you see, just let me know. Okay. And when I will close it, we will see what you will, let's say, what will be your answers. So one question is, you can see it, isn't it? Okay, I don't see any reactions here, but okay. I don't have any feedback so far. Okay, I have one. Which of the following describes an Oer? So I give you a list of different, let's say, actions, what you can do. Okay. Okay. Which of the following can be an Oer? So we said, I don't say the right answer. I don't. But what can be an Oer? Okay. And then the third one, 3 key reasons why open licenses are important. So, okay. Thank you, Mikhail. Yes, it is a single choice, not a multiple choice. Yes. I have put both of them. Huh? Oh, yes. Mm-hmm. As far as I remember, it is not. I'm giving you some more time. Okay. Yes, it is. It is a multiple choice. The single choice is wrong. That what I have put here there, but we can discuss about that. Okay, so how many did you reply? I see 7 replies, 8. Ah, okay. So we are here. Okay. Okay, I end it and we can discuss. Okay, share results. I'm sharing now. So in the first one, which of the following describes an open educational resource? I see here that you are very, very, very right. Okay, being free or low cost and having an open license, very nice. Which of the following can be an OER? Everything. Of course, everything can be a course, a video, podcast, a syllabus, a lesson plan. Okay, wonderful. This is a multiple choice, not a single choice I have put in the system, but I had put multiple choice to see it and I didn't do it. Okay, so here we have, yes, it can be both as you wrote here. All these licenses include the requirement for attribution or giving credit to the creator. Of course, it is wrong. Very well. Open license guarantee a monetary return on all content shared with them. Of course, it is not good and it's not true. But Creative Commons licenses make it easy to share with different permissions. Very well. You have replied very well here and very well also to the other. Open license make it clear how other people can use your work. Very nice. And open license let us keep permissions that copyright automatically gives away. It's not. So you found the two. Okay, stop sharing the two. Okay, very nice. Congratulations. So you were following me. That is good to know. Let's see now what we have. Now I will share with you some other things that I think that are really interesting. So how and where to search OERs. So this is something that probably you do it or probably not. But this is how I share with you what we do when we go to Google Advanced Search in order to find our open educational resource. So it is the first thing that you do when you want to create open educational resource and to search for a resource. I will show you, I will just open this, of course, to show you how to do it, but I'm just going here also to show you what you can do. Okay, this is the environment that you get. here in the advanced search, you can have different filters, and you can search about language, you can use different keywords and all that. But of course, you can also share you can search, for example, what kind of license you are searching for. So in this case, as you see here, I'm searching an image. So I go to Google, as we all know, I click on images, and then I click here all. If I click all, it means that I get everything here. But if I go and search for Creative Commons licenses, it means that it is filtering this. So, and if I go to the advanced search, then I can try and make things even in a more, let's say, one moment, I can do this also, so we can see it. So I am here. I want to search for Oer Commons, for example, Oer. I go to images. And then I go to the tools. Okay, so when I go to the tools here, all I need to do is just to go and check here. Here I have also, as you see here, different filters, anytime, what color, what size, and all that. But I just need my Creative Commons licenses or other commercial and other license. So I go to click here and I check all this. And I see here, you see here, it says licensable. You see, you will see this. I have used these pictures also in my different presentations. So if I go and click licensable, it means that I go, and I can see also, I can find also what kind of license and how I can use it. So I need to make also, let's say, if I click here, for example, it means I go here and I have original file. Okay, it means that I have the description, and I can see here how I can use it also. So it gives me also information about how I can use it. That means that I can take it and I can use it. I can see here that I need to, you can tell me if you want also what I have to do with this one. It says here, CC, I see the author and I see the share alike. So I need, in fact, to say who has created this image and to share it alike, to use the same license. But more or less what I want to show you is that you just go and you have to see if what kind of license do they give. Okay, of course they are Creative Commons licensed. Okay, this is why the filter has given us this opportunity. Okay, I'm going back to my presentation here. Okay. But again, if you want, you can go to the advanced search and search also and put more filters. So, okay, another way to do it is to go here, okay, to the Creative Commons search. This is also very nice. And here in the Creative Commons search, you can find the possibility here to the filters, results by, you can find, you know, all the license here. You can try, for example, a name, as I did that, to find again a picture. And then you get the pictures and you see also the licenses are on the picture. But in this case, in this, let's say, as we see here, I didn't say what it is. This is the Creative Commons. I have it here, as you see. It's a search tool. It's a simple user interface and allows users to search for images and other kinds of media from several platforms like Europeana, Wikipedia, Flix, SlideShare, Vimeo. So it searches in all these platforms, okay? And it gives you also this option of licenses. And we are discussing here about 1.3 4 billion works that have been shared and counting. But what I also wanted to say to you is that when you take a picture from here, the system also generates, I will show you in another slide, it generates also the information of the license. So you take it and you can just copy paste it on your picture. So it is really easy because you have it ready. You don't have to think how I will put all these symbols or what I will write. The system here gives you the opportunity to do it because it is generated automatically. So here I have put also the different filters that you can use. The license here, the source, the image, the type, file size, aspect, ratio, creator. So you can do a very nice search with using different filters. Okay, I am continuing with first of all, what I have showed you, it was a search tool where you can search in different platforms where they are repositories of open educational resources. In this one, as you see here, this is an open directory of open access repositories. What does it mean? It sounds more complicated. But this one, for example, is a quality assured global directory of open access repositories. It means that when you go to this search engine here, you can find other search engines as we saw before, and you can check register repositories. So it is internet gave us this opportunity of multiple and different tools where we can explore and find either resources or places, platforms where we have all these repositories. So we call them repositories of Oers. And this is also very nice because it is a registry of open access repositories. Again, here you are searching for different repositories. And I am also providing you the links. So as I said before, I'm just presenting you, giving you some ideas, just food for thought, and then you will have all the possibility and you have the time to explore all this because it needs time to explore all this. This is really wonderful. I really like Open Washington, Open Education, this network. It's a place where you can find so many wonderful things because all these materials are open, images, slides, textbooks, course materials, video, audio, and it just checks across so many repositories that are all offer open educational resources. So it's a research tool, let's say, a search tool for across different Oer repositories. This is also a similar tool where in this case, for example, we can see that it searches across 21 different Oer platforms and such Oer Commons, Merlot, OpenStax, and others. This one is different. This is an Oer World Map that it is a place where teachers, researchers, research groups, people who are working with open education generally can share their work. And their work can be, as I said, a project, something that you have created with your classroom the whole year, for example, and you want this project to share it with other people. You can just go and share it here in the Oer World Map. Thank you, Mikhail. So that means that when you go to a country, you will be able to see what nice initiatives happened in this country. It's really nice. I think that we can also share some of our work here. Mikhail, I'm just thinking about this now. But it would be nice because we are creating open educational resource. So it would be nice also to register our project here. Why not? It will be nice. So you can find here different nice initiatives and projects that are that took place in the last. I think it is more than 10 years that we have this wonderful map. And here are some, let's say, repositories that I have selected, because I think that some of them are totally targeted to language learning, but others, from my search, I have found research and search, I have found that they are they're offering many nice materials for us, for language teachers. Even though I can see that yes, English for English language we have more resources than comparing to the others. Okay, depending on the interest of our learners, of course. So there is one list here, and I'm just providing you some information, and I'm also giving you, a picture of these repositories. Here, the Merlot, I have also some information to share with you. I really like this one because I didn't say anything about quality, but for us, for the teachers, it's really important to have in mind that we need also materials that are reviewed, and it's important for us to have a good peer-reviewed also material. So in this case, in Merlot, we have really so many, as I see here. First of all, I will say what it is, this Merlot. It's a free and open online community of resources designed primarily for faculty, staff, and students of higher education from around the world to share their learning materials and pedagogy. So Merlot provides a collection of peer-reviewed online learning materials, cataloged by registered members, and a set of faculty development support services. Merlot resources are Creative Commons licenses, and as far as I say, I did the research on that. We have more than 3,000 language materials, and there are around 100 language course portfolios. It's amazing. These numbers are really wonderful, and it's really good. But you have to understand that in this case, there are people who, it is their work to be reviewers of these materials that are being uploaded. So it's really nice. It's open. You can also upload your own. And also one other thing, if you have created material, you can also share it in different portals, in different, let's say, repositories. So you can people can search them in different portals as well. So Oer Commons is also a wonderful one. It's a place where it's a platform where you can find, as I said here, 50,000 resources in various languages and formats. But in that case, you have also in this place, you don't only find open educational resources, but you can build resources here. We will try this to do it tomorrow. We will create our resources and we will upload them here. We have also created a nice place, a group for the DC4LT seminars, where we could also, let's say, upload our work. And it gives us also the possibility either to share a link with our work, or to use a space, an open author it is called, where we can fill in fact, a form with all the information that we want to share. It's really nice, easy to use, and this is how you can use it. There are different filters here also. As you see, you can just enter a keyword, and then you can go to languages, and you can find, and you can find, and you can use different, let's say, filters in order to find exactly what you want, but there are really thousands of them. Another one that I didn't know that in the previous webinar. I think I found it in a later stage, and I really liked it as well, because in Oasis, as far as I don't remember it, it's again from America, from USA. Oasis stands for Openly Available Sources Integrated Search. Is a search tool that searches some 155,000 records for open material and contains more or less 440 records, and it is developed by the State University of New York. Wonderful work. You can find amazing things here. And then you see here, there is a big variety. So I have also researched for my material for my course, and I found very nice textbooks and courses, and I really recommend it. This is how it looks. You can see here I have put Spanish. I have searched Spanish and Italian, and I found many. Here you can see, for example, for books, 1,225 for Spanish. So you can see type, subject, source, license, and so those are the filters. So you can find very interesting things. Galileo is also, again, a very nice repository, for open learning materials. And here, those filters are really useful. We can find great materials. Not so many. It's not like the one that we saw before, but again, it's really nice. As you see here, there are different collections, as you see here. There are textbooks here. There are just some collections, and also some ancillary materials, but they're really good because they are reviewed as well in this one. Another one that it is really famous, this is the oldest, I knew it many years ago, the COEL, the Center for Open Educational Resources, that it is, in fact, as far as I remember, it started from the center. This center, it is located in Texas. But in fact, they collaborate. This center collaborates with different language centers of across USA. So it's really nice. And here you can find also very interesting materials. But again, I'm saying in this one, everything is reviewed. So it's a very good and quality one. Bye, Vicky. So this is nice, open textbook library. You will find free textbooks. It's a nice library. There are not so many for all the languages, but for some languages, there are many possibilities. So if you have, for your students, for example, you can give them some options. So Language Box also is a really nice one. It's provided by the University of Southampton. And here students and teachers have uploaded their own work. It's really nice. Yes, this is why I said, Michael, you need some time to, yes, because when you're asking people, they say, we don't know repositories for languages. And I said, okay, probably there are not so many, but every time during this period that I'm researching this area, I have found so many, and I am really enthusiastic with all this that I have found. So I totally recommend them. Open Education Resources, the Open University, that it is so really famous, one of the first open universities that offered these possibilities. Yes, Miranda, of course. And the Loro is also very nice, again from UK. UK has given us so wonderful university modules and materials generally. This is also very interesting. And explore from USA. We see that USA and UK are really, are really, doing very, very good work. So here, this is also a very nice place to search with all these different, you see here with different languages. Okay. So MIT courseware, it's really well known. Probably this is something that you have heard. Here you can find full courses. You can find, again, here everything is peer reviewed. It's really good. From MIT, it's one of the things that we always search for when we are when we want also to find the resources to see the provider, if the provider is, let's say, a well-known university. So here you can find materials from the best universities of the world. So totally recommend it. Again, here they're very good. I have also used some courses and the materials for my courses as well at the university. This one is a very nice one. It's let's say a work or from a project from the European Schoolnet, and it provides this service now, where you can find here, as I said before about Greece and what we have in a national level, let's say, where our teachers can share their own practices, let's say, their resources. Here, this is what they do, but in a European level. This is what the European Schoolnet has created for teachers from all over the Europe, but for different subjects, but languages are also included, and you can find also very good materials and for school. So if you are language teachers at school, it is also wonderful. And here is a project that I'm also working on, and here you can also find in our project you can find recommended language OERs. We have aggregated, and we are offering this service. We have aggregated and evaluating. We have evaluated more than 200, and we are enriching it. More than 100 open educational resources for languages. But in our case here, for this project, we are also give the possibility to teachers to suggest and share their own language OERs. And if you like, you can also join us and see what we are doing, because this is the platform. You can just use your Facebook or Google account, and you can enter in the platform. And if you want to share a language OER, you just have to fill in the form with giving some information about what you will upload. And then you can have also some badges. You can earn some badges if you are a junior, senior, or super uploader. We will see. And we are offering also in the mid-October, we will launch a MOOC on how you can work with open educational resources. It will be a 4 weeks MOOC. So, okay, if you want, you can have a look if you are interested in this topic. So, in the question where you can share your work, you can share your work on our platform, on the Open Language Network platform, but you can also share your work on any Creative Commons platforms, because they can give you also the option. If you go, for example, to Vimeo or other platforms, they can give you the option to share also the licenses. This is what we are going to do tomorrow with Mikhail. We will show you how to use this platform, the Oer Commons platform, so you can share some work with us here. So also, this is something that I told you before, that in some cases, as in this case, with the CC license, this creative license platform, you can get also the attribution automatically. It generates the attribution in the system. So it will be like this in the end. You just, if you see here, you can copy this rich text or in HTML. It depends on where you are going to share this. It can be on a website, for example. So when you are selecting what you want to do with this, what the others want to do with this work, you can get then and you can copy this. In fact, the credit to the creator, it is automatically generated, and you can use it when you are using the picture. So it's an easy way to do it. But if you don't have this automatic generator and you don't know what to do with this, with a material that you have found, you see the license, but in order to use it in your work, in your presentation, for example, in your documents, you need to write all this information that are needed. So what we say is that if you want to make sure that you know what to put there, all the information that are needed, you just need to follow this. It is a way that you can have it in your mind. It is the tassel model, the title, the author, the source, and the license. So if in this line that I was telling you that describes and gives the credit to the author, you need to put the title of this photograph, for example, who is the author, what is the source, and what is the license. Of course, all that are, linked. So here I have put here Open Education, this one. I am putting here also who has done it. It's Julia Forsey, and this is CCO license. Okay, I am continuing here, and here you can see it's an example from Flickr. So you can see the title, the creator, the source, and the license. So this platform gives you all the information. You can just take them and you can have this line here, that is the description. Okay, so those are things that you need to consider before you author open educational materials. This is something that we will see also tomorrow, what you have to keep in mind. So when you're creating materials, you have to think about the objectives, the target group. So when we're working with materials that we want to share as educators, you need to think of the tools that you will use for authoring, the licenses, the attribution, the repository that you will share it. Thank you very much for your patience, and you just we like a lot working with all of you. We hope that we have helped you a little bit. At least, Miranda, now I gave you food for thought and for research, so you can be there and you can explore today. All these repositories are really nice and interesting things that you will find there. I hope you all get this help for your work. Thank you very much for your time.